Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing a Ford Explorer King Ranch. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and link you to the Kengar Ford here in American Fork, Utah, for giving me some time with this Explorer. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbocharged 3-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 415 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, taking a look at the hood, you guys can see how it's kind of like lower in the center and then raised on either side. And then coming down below, you guys can see the daytime running light there at the top and then the LED reflector headlight. And then look at the grille. It actually has a special coloration here for the King Ranch package. And we do have some fog light action and then parking sensors here at the bottom. And putting it all together, well, it looks like a white Explorer. Coming on the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 255, 55, 20 in the front and over in the rear. And I almost forgot, you got a little King Ranch logo there in the center of the wheel. Anyways, I do feel like this is a missed opportunity right here. These should be body painted on this package, just my opinion. And the same thing with the bodywork at the bottom. I do have another King Ranch logo there on the side. And then you guys can see that the mirror caps are blacked out, and then so is the pillar. I feel like those should be silver with this package. Kind of confusing. Anyways, here is your full side view on the King Ranch. And then here's our key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, remote start to the opening here for the hatch, and then the Ford logo there in the back. So here in the back, you guys can see that we have, well, a box, and that's about how much you can fit in the back of the Explorer. But obviously you can throw it on the seats if you need more storage space. You got the controls for that just right there. And then when you're all done with the rear, just press this button, that will lower the hatch down. Now, taking a look at the tail lights, I think the design's pretty cool. And then you guys can see all of the badges here on the back as well. And putting it all together, it's kind of interesting how sporty the design is on this King Ranch. Also, you got the exhaust tips on the other side, that also adds to the sportiness. Now, taking a look at the door panel here in the rear, you guys can see the brown leather trim, and then we've got a little sunshade here for the rear passengers, and then some speakers for the sound system. Now, the seats of the King Ranch with the logo just look absolutely fantastic, and then it's perforated all down the center. And legroom here in the second row is really good. We also have a storage pocket back here. And then you guys can see we've got climate controls for the rear passengers, heated seats as well, and we've got TVs here in the back. And when it comes to the third row, you guys can see they still have nice leather seats. They are not perforated like the second row. And then when it comes to space back there, headroom's pretty good. Legroom, though, just like most crossovers in the segment, a little bit more cramped. Now, taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again with the two-tone design. We've got all of our window controls here with our adjustments for the mirror. The mirrors do power fold in. More speakers for that Bang & Olufsen sound system, memory seats, and blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the headrest. Then you guys can see with the King Ranch logo, and then notice perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments here on the side. And then you got the double pull for the hood, which is always interesting. And then all of our light controls are just right there. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got really nice leather trim all around. Of course, another King Ranch logo. Some controls here for the center stack. We've got our adaptive cruise control with our steering assist, and then our regular stalks there on the back. Now, taking a look at the gauge cluster itself, you guys can see full digital gauge cluster here, and got some different drive modes that we can go through. You guys can see we've got an Eco, Sport, Tow Haul, and then Normal obviously in the center, and then Slippery, Trail, and then Deep Snow mode as well. Now, this does have a 360 camera system, but it's kind of small with the view because of the tablet-like screen. Nice that it has a camera system, though. And yeah, that's one of the things that's really controversial about the Explorer that I imagine Ford will probably change, because, I mean, as you can see, it responds well, but like, yeah, it's just this tablet view. I don't know, it seems like not a lot of people like this type of setup. They want more of like a horizontal setup, but at least the dash with all the leather trim behind and the wood trim makes up for it, right? Anyways, we've got analog controls for the radio down below, our climate zone, so dual zone climate up front, heated and ventilated seats, as well as a heated steering wheel, and ooh, got a little storage area down below. I do like that trim piece there. Dial shifter here for the 10-speed automatic. You got your parking brake here, your auto hold, some cup holder action, and then your drive mode select with hill descent control, your stability, or not stability, sorry, traction control rather, and then you guys can see auto stop start, and then look at this, King Ranch logo, pretty cool. Got good storage, and then this is also where your wireless phone charging pad lives. And then here is the glove box, as you guys can see, and look at the nice leather trim up above it. And then we do have a sunglass holder and then a full panoramic sunroof. Now, here's a quick look at the window sticker. You guys won't be able to see because there's tons of glare, but anyways, 701A equipment group, $63,675 total MSRP with all options. Let's see how it drives. So, setting off in the Explorer King Ranch, and by the way, visibility, so blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. It's pretty good in the Explorer for a 3-row crossover. And yeah, let's set off in the King Ranch. And this is going to be a very opinion-filled review today. For some reason, I woke up and I chose violence today, I guess, is what I'll say. Not really, but like I have some opinions about the Explorer and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, first off, seat comfort's amazing. Again, this is essentially a platinum, but you have a cowboy themed interior instead of, you know, everything being blacked out. So that's kind of the best way to describe this package. Now, aside from that, something else I want to mention with the Explorer is being, you know, unibody construction, independent suspension, really good maneuverability through the parking lot. So I do like that. And also, I love this steering wheel. Like, this feels, this is gonna be a really weird thing to say, but like, this feels like just such a, like a masculine steering wheel. Because again, you've got that like cowhide texture. It's not like smooth. It's got some roughness to it. I like it. Good torque out of this engine. That's for sure. Yeah, the ride quality is really good, honestly. So I think that they've done a good job with that. And dial shifter, just the same as the drive mode select. So, oh, that's tow haul mode. We want to be sport mode. There we go. Oh, man, this thing hauls. Wow, this is fast. Again, the drive mode select always trips me out. But yeah, this thing's fast. It is. This 3-liter V6, man, it's got some get up and go. So let's sum things up here at the King Ranch package. Basically, if you want an Explorer that is fully loaded and has a Western theme, that's what the King Ranch provides. I think it's pretty cool. Again, like I said during the walk around, I think the fender flares should be body painted, and I think there should be some like silver chrome trim in the mirrors. Again, I think that would go with the theme of the King Ranch more so than having black plastic fender flares and black painted mirrors. I think that's strange. So that leads me into the hot take. I think that the Explorer, other than like some stuff that people have complained about, like the tablet, could be due for a sibling vehicle. And hear me out on this. So this is unibody construction and independent suspension, which is great for a family crossover. But the King Ranch, right, this is trying to appeal to like a particular demographic of people that's, you know, like, again, like your cowboy type people maybe, right? Again, that's kind of like the overall theme, the Western theme. So when the person that I think this would appeal to is kind of a more like country type person, right? Kind of where I live now, where I live kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Everyone has more land, and it's right, that type of setup. I don't think that type of person necessarily wants this type of vehicle. And what I mean is, people that live in that area, they want body on frame, solid rear axle, because they'll actually like take their vehicle off-road. Like, this has a trail mode, but what would make this way better on the trails is if it was basically a Bronco, but not a Bronco. Ford makes a vehicle called the Everest overseas, which is basically Explorer-sized 3-row crossover, not crossover, sorry, SUV, because it's body on frame and has a solid rear axle. It's built on the same platform as the Ranger. I think that that's what the King Ranch package should be on, and I think that Ford should just make the Explorer into like go all in on ST, like do Explorer ST, ST line, get rid of the King Ranch, get rid of the Timberline, and then bring the Everest over to the US. This is a weird ending to a video. Bring the Everest over to the US and put the Timberline package and this King Ranch package on it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about the King Ranch. That's all.